As we look at measurement, we have to ask ourselves the question, what do we want to measure with? Do we want to measure something with Tootsie Rolls, with Kleenexes, with loaves of bread, pencils? We all could measure with those, but it wouldn't make much sense. And also a long time ago, people measured with using their arms. It's called a cubit, from the elbow to the fingertips. They said, okay, you need to go 30 cubits that way. And if I measured, sorry, it would probably be a bit farther than if you measured from that. Because it just doesn't make sense to not have something that is standard or equal for all. So we came up with a standard system for measuring. We're going to talk about the United States one today because the rest of the world uses the metric system. But we're going to talk about this and reading a ruler. The United States system works in inches and feet. 12 inches equals 1 foot, 3 feet equals 1 yard, 1,760 yards equals a mile, or 5,280 feet. But we don't want to go into feet or miles. We're going to look at inches, and even smaller than inches. So right here I have a ruler drawn, and yeah, I know it's a little big, but that's okay. So we have the whole numbers drawn in black. And on your ruler, the longest lines that you're going to see will be the whole numbers. So 0, 1, 2, up to 12 on your standard ruler. Now, in between those, because when we measure, it's not going to be all nice and easy for us, cut and dry to, oh yeah, that's exactly 17 inches. Oh, that's 13 inches, or that's 4 inches. No, it won't be always by inches. It'll be, oh, that's 2 inches and something. So we look at that now. In between 1 inch, right in the middle, you'll find the next biggest line, and that's in the middle, at 1/2. Okay, so that'd be 1/2 of an inch. And also, we go a little bit smaller than that. Right in between 0 and 1/2, we have 1/4. So as we count this, 1/4 right there. And then the next unit is another fourth, 2/4, which simplifies to just 1/2. Then the next one is another fourth, 3/4. 3/4 plus 1/4 equals 4/4, or 1 whole, simplified. And then as we continue on, I've just done 5 times adding 1/4. So that's 1 whole and 1/4 of another one. To 1 1/2, 1 3/4, and then 2 wholes, or 8/4. In 5th grade, we have to go to eighths. 1 unit smaller. So in between 0 and 1/4 is our first eighth. So we count up 1/8, 2/8, simplified to 1/4, 3/8 is our third eighth, 4/8, simplified to 1/2, 5/8, 6/8, or 3/4, and 7/8, then 8/8. 8 divided by 8 equals 1 whole. If we continued on, because it's greater than 1 and less than 2, it's 1 and something. 1 and 1/8, 1 and 1/4, 1 and 3/8. And if it were past 7, it would be 7 and 1/8 inches if we were measuring in inches. So as we look at the rulers, 5th grade we go down to eighths of an inch.